Greetings once again to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Excuse me. Celine Driver once again, bringing you another unboxing and review of a watch that is not mine. This watch comes to me once again through a watch tour that was created and sponsored by the Random Rob Discord server group. Interesting watch that I have here today. It's from a brand that I've never dealt with before, and quite honestly, I hadn't heard of them before this, and it's a shame. It's a really nice watch, and I wish I had heard from them before now. It is an Italian-sounding name. I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but I'm going to do my best. The name is Dificiano. Dificiano. I'm going to go with that. Comes in this nice little simple logoed cardboard box. And inside the cardboard box is a very nice leather style watch roll with a tie to close it. And inside the watch roll are several pouches full of goodness. First of all, you have the warranty card. You can see that this is serial number 330. It was sold to whoever bought this and put it on tour at the end of January of 2023. So the watch is 7 or so months old. And here you have a spare diver's clasp that's unopened and will remain so. You also have one of the two ways of wearing this. This is the obviously the bracelet, solid end link bracelet. It is a fold over, push button to open it somehow there. Milled out clasp with micro adjusts here, and I think this is a dive extension, maybe. I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem to do anything, so I don't know. I didn't put it on the watch, obviously, so I don't know what it does, but it's there. You also get a couple tools. You get a spring bar type tool to for the micro adjuster for here, and also let's see, I don't think the case is drilled, and a screwdriver, and that's in that little pouch all its own. And then you also get the watch, which does have bolts for the to hold on this side of the tropic strap, and I'll get to that in a minute, and then a drilled other side for the standard side. So these tools obviously are useful for that. That's the for the bolt here, and that pusher can be used for the drilled side. Now, the reason for this fancy little doodad, and also the fancy little end link, technical term doodad, right? And for this end link is obvious. This watch is, normally you'd call it a bullhead if the crown was up here at the 12 o'clock, but the crown is at the 6 o'clock, so I guess you'd call that a reverse bullhead. However that works. And it's certainly a nice way for the watch to differentiate itself from other watches of this style, which is a dive style watch. And it does that fairly well. Obviously, at the 60-minute mark, you have the trio of dots, and at the 9, 3, and 6, you have the double dots. So it's easy to track this thing even though it lacks numbers. And there are a couple of different styles of this watch, and I'll go into that in a minute. This watch's model is called the Narwhal, after the whale, with the little horn. And big hands. I mean, oversized hands. Really very interesting. I mean, it's an overall interesting watch. And you see a pair of narwhals right there on the back. Very interesting watch. Interestingly designed. A reverse bullhead. I have owned only one bullhead watch in my life. I don't remember the brand name. I remember it was a big watch. It was titanium, and I bought it from an eBayer in Brazil, which I should never have done because it took 2 months to get here, and 7 of those 8 weeks were it sitting in Brazil because of Carnival, and it seems like the entire country just takes off and goes and plays with itself for X number of weeks, and once it left Brazil, it only took a week to get here to Florida, but never again will I buy anything from Brazil. Sorry if you're a viewer from Brazil. Nothing against your country. It's probably a beautiful place. I hope to go visit it someday, but y'all go crazy around Carnival, and no work gets done. Excuse me for coughing. Anyway, it's a very interesting watch because of the signed crown with the reverse bullhead layout, but other than that, it's a fairly standard looking dive style watch. Now, the company is Hong Kong based, even though the name sounds Italian. There are 4 models of the Narwhal. Narwhal? There is this one, which is called the Dots Bezel, because of the dots on the bezel, and a no date. And obviously there is a Dots Bezel with a date. There is also 2 numbered bezels, one with a date and one without a date. So 4 different models. They're all priced the same. Snapshot in time, the price of this watch currently is $449 US. I will leave a link in the description below to the website so you can go check it out if you're viewing this in sometime in the future to check price and availability. As I said, the watch does come with both the bracelet and this Tropic strap. Now, the Tropic strap isn't too bad. When I got the watch off the last guy on the tour, it was already mounted to the Tropic bezel is already mounted to the watch, and I just left it that way. It's not a sticky rubber. It's not a smelly rubber. It's not FKM rubber by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not bad. I'm going to put it on and give you a wrist shot. It has plenty of holes in the strap, as you can see, so it does allow for good wrist breathing. And on my, let me zoom out just a little bit there. And on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, this very broad, it's not a big diameter watch. I'll get into the measurements in a minute, but it is very broad across the wrist. So even though it's a small diameter watch, the tip to tip is actually pretty big given the diameter of the case. So on a 7 1/4 inch wrist, given the extra length of this unique end link on this strap and on this bracelet, this is going to wear fairly large, even though it's a small diameter watch. Sign buckle on the strap, by the way. The case back, as you can see, is engraved. It's a screw-in case back. The crown, you can't access this thing very easily. For one thing, this strap has to be folded out of your way. And then it's really kind of a pain to get to. I mean, right now it's unscrewed. Let me try to screw it in, which is not the easiest thing in the world. There we go. You can see it's pretty in there behind the end link. It's, and I have not the smallest fingers in the world, and it's really kind of hard to get to. And even when you unscrew it, which it unscrews relatively quickly, thank God, that's in its neutral position. And you really got to work to get in there to pop this crown out. And there it is. And you can see it hacks the movement when you're in time set mode. And then once you push it in, and it does, and given that this is an NH35, there is a ghost position because there is a date function in there, although it's not realized in this particular model. And to wind the watch, I tried winding it like this, and I found that doesn't work real well. It winds better if you drag your thumb like this across the crown. It winds fine. It's just you've got to make some compromises when it comes to a bullhead or reverse bullhead crown, and the strap is in the way. I can imagine the bracelet probably, and I really want to engage the screw down, and it's not the easiest thing to do. You just got to keep working at it. And you can see with this nonsense here, and it begins to hurt your fingers too, you really do run the risk of stripping those threads. If you keep trying to engage it and it doesn't want to engage, you really could find yourself stripping those threads out. There it goes. There. Thank God once it engages, it only takes about a turn and a half for it to lock down. But geez, I mean, for the sake of being funny and unique, it's really a pain in the butt. But if you can deal with it, okay. It's a 316L stainless steel case, 316L stainless steel case back, 316L stainless steel bracelet and clasp all the way around. Tropic rubber strap, you get both. Sapphire crystal. It's a ceramic bezel insert. Ceramic dial. It's a sapphire bezel insert. 120 click, as I've demonstrated. It's very vocal. It's not the buttery smooth bezel that we all know and love, but it is solid. Once it locks in, it isn't going anywhere. And as I say, it's an NH35 Seiko movement. We all know those movements are tank tough, super reliable, maybe not the most accurate things out there in the world, but they are very, very tough, very, very durable. And when they do go bad, practically any watchmaker with a decent set of tools and some knowledge can fix it or simply replace it. I mean, it's simplicity at its best. It's a 38 millimeter diameter case. It's 14 millimeter thick, so it's a rather thick watch for such a small watch. It's a 20 millimeter lug, and it's 48 millimeter on the tip to tip. Now that's measured to here. Now with this extra end link on the strap, it's more like 51 millimeter. And it's a 300 meter water resistant watch. You can see that on the dial. So it is swimmable, snorkel, diver, whatever. It's a sports watch. As long as you can get that crown to screw down, you're good. You're golden. And do with it what you will. A little small for my taste, but it's a good watch. It's a good solid watch. And if you are in the market for a diver in the 38 millimeter range, you have a smaller wrist, you want a diver, but you don't want one of those big Hulker 42s that I prefer, but I have the wrist for it. If you don't have the wrist for a 42, but you like a dive watch, the Dificiano. I'm going to go with that. Dificiano Narwhal might be the watch for you. Might be. Not a bad watch. I enjoyed wearing it while I had it. And with that, I'm going to wrap the video. it's a good watch. I definitely recommend checking it out. But I hope you found this video to be useful, entertaining, informative. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Clicking that like button, the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it, does help the channel. It helps with the YouTube search algorithm and brings people to the channel. And the channel is beginning to grow again, thank God. So let's keep it up. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those good things. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to try to troll me, or you're going to try to insult me, or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete that comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Feel free to watch as many videos as you like. I am coming up on nearly 1,000 videos on my channel. All I ask in return is that you click that red, well, it's not red anymore, it's a black subscribe button. It's down there below the viewing window. Please click the subscribe button. And when you do, don't forget to click the bell icon too, so that when you see when I upload new videos or I do a live stream, you will be alerted and you can do with that information what you will. And as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. It is not getting any less crazy. So please, when you're out and about, be careful, be safe, be well. See you soon.